Yo, what's happening, boxing hardcores? Only the boxing hardcores will be here right now. Do you know what I mean? And right now, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. You're listening to nobody else but Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a fighter that is not been getting much credit on the YouTube streets. I don't know what it is and what this man has done to the boxing world. But Gennady Golovkin, as a middleweight, 160 pounds, a force to be recognized with. A man that's got 21 title defenses. Can I please explain that again in real boxing terms? 21 title defenses. A man that arguably beat a young lion in his prime, Canelo Alvarez. A man that has proven himself time and time again. Is a man that gets disrespected on the YouTube streets. Now, we need to talk about it and finish this conversation today. That who is Gennady Golovkin to the realist boxing fans? And how do you recognize him as the man that he is in the sport of boxing? Now, we need to recognize, have you been watching Golovkin from day one? Have you seen what he has actually achieved for his country and the amateurs and what he has done as a professional? Is it fair to say when fans are saying, well, Golovkin is a hype job? Is that hate? Is that people who just don't like a Golovkin? When man say, Golovkin, who's he fought? Man, the man arguably beat Canelo Alvarez. He beat him. And he got robbed. He got robbed against fucking the Canelo Alvarez fight. Should have been Golovkin. Golovkin should have won that fight. That would have made Golovkin a top pound for pound, top 1, 2 pound for pound fighter of the world. And did you know that Golovkin was a top 5 pound for pound even before going into the Canelo Alvarez fight? Golovkin is a man that came with a fierce fighting style. And listen, men lie, women lie, mirage lies, but your eyes don't lie to you. Your eyes never lie to you. And you know, when you watch Golovkin fight, tell me if I'm fucking lying, that you don't see a man that can give Marvin Hagler the toughest fight of his life. You don't tell me when you watch Golovkin and his fighting style and how you have seen him dismember multiple opponents in the top 5 and how he dismembers them, that you don't see a great. And if your eyes tell you that you don't see a 160-pound all-time great in front of what you have seen with Golovkin, you a liar. You a liar. And let me remind everybody who Golovkin is. Golovkin is Mr. Miyagi to David Benavidez, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, David Benavidez knows what Golovkin is. When he was a young boy, he looked up to Golovkin and Golovkin told him, come here. Come here. I'm your godfather. I'm going to teach you some stuff. And Benavidez has got nothing but to say great things about Gennady Golovkin, bro. At the end of the day, you got to recognize recognizes real. And Golovkin has done a lot for boxing. Now, there could have been other opponents he should have fought. But let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. The only 2 opponents left for Gennady Golovkin is Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade at that division. And most people, over 90% people, will only know that Golovkin would have beaten both of them. That Golovkin would have beaten a Jamal Charlo. Golovkin would have beaten a Demetrius Andrade. That was all that was left in the whole division. And he beat everybody else. Golovkin beat everybody else. So how good is Gennady Golovkin, ladies and gentlemen? This is what we got to finish. We need to keep it real and we need to keep it educated. Is Golovkin on your top 5 pound for pound, 160-pound monsters like Carlos Monzon, Marvin Hagler, B-Hop, and the guys at 160, which were killers? Is Golovkin your top 5 in the pound for pound all-time greats at 160 pounds? Yes or no? Is Golovkin a fighter that you believe could have beaten any one of those top guys that's ever campaigned at 160 pounds? Eric Gomez says yes. Golovkin is top 5. GGG is top 10, pound for pound. Piston jab. Wow, bro. Who would you have liked to see Golovkin face and he didn't fight them? Who would you have liked to see GGG face that he never faced? At the end of the day, he was getting older, and even when he fought Canelo, he was not at his. I mean, he beat Canelo in my eyes. Yo, Neil Simpson says Golovkin is great middleweight. Eubank, Ben, McCallum, Jackson, McKellen, yes. And you got to give it to Gennady Golovkin. Yes, Gennady Golovkin would compete in any era. And look at Mirage. Mirage is talking about Andrade. Now Mirage is using Andrade, which a lot of people said ain't shit. That Mirage has got the worst. Andrade got the worst resume as a world champion in boxing. Billy Joe Saunders. But all right, let's keep it real. At 160, do you really see Billy Joe Saunders or Andrade beating Golovkin? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Are you telling me that you would have seen those guys last the distance? They would have done well, but would they have lost the distance with fucking Golovkin? Guys are forgetting about Golovkin, bro. You guys are not realizing Golovkin is a sledgehammer, bro. Golovkin is a sledgehammer. You guys think those guys would have lasted 12 rounds? Stop the bullshit. Hey, let me remind you how Golovkin was dismantling people. Let me show you something. Look at how Golovkin was beating up people, bro. Look how Golovkin was coming up in the sport. And these are fighters' early days. Look how he's knocking out every single one. And you tell me that resume looks like the same guys that you're trying to challenge him with. Look at how he was knocking him the fuck out. Look out. Look at that. Knocking these people out. And these guys have got 2 losses, 3 losses. Bro, this is him coming up in the rankings. Yeah? This is how he's knocking out. Ain't no David Benavidez knocking out these guys like that. David Benavidez ain't knocking out guys like this, bro. The difference with Golovkin, he was putting people, damaging them consistently. Look at that. As he started going up and he got into the top 10 fucking rankings. Look. Look at that. Gabriel Rosado knocked him out. 2013, bruh. Matthew Macklin knocked him out. Curtis Stevens knocked him out. Daniel Gell knocked him out. Marco Antonio Rubio knocked him out. Martin Murray knocked him out, bro. William Monroe Jr. knocked him out. David Lemieux knocked him out. Dominic Wade knocked him out. Kell Brook broke his fucking eye socket. Yeah? Marvin Hagler was fighting guys coming up in weight. This guy is knocking out true 160-pound contenders, bro, and guys at the top level. Look, this guy knocked out David Lemieux way fucking 5-6 years ago, 6-7 years, 7-8 years after David Benavidez. You understand? After David Benavidez. Now the fucking Saul Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people had Canelo Alvarez losing. Look, Gennady Golovkin deserved to win that fight. And just with the eye test, and even that the fight was a draw, you got to give Golovkin his flowers for that, the way that he performed, the way that you saw him in the fight. Golovkin has never, ever been demoralized. And even though you might not like it, but the Danny Jacobs, Curtis Stevens, Marco Antonio Rubio, right? These are still guys. Dominic Wade was unbeaten. So you ain't going to say nothing about that. Now, people need to understand this as well. That even though you guys don't give him no respect, but he beat Steve Rolls, who was unbeaten. He knocked him out. You don't give him no credit about that. Even though that Golovkin was getting old, he beat Sergio Devchenko before all the rest of the guys did. But he don't get no credit for that. He beat Murata, which was a world champion, and he went in his country and knocked him out and took his belt. But you ain't going to give him no credit about that. Hey, look, man. To me, it's the way Golovkin been beating up people, bro. And you can't tell me that Golovkin ain't the man at 160. Now, who beats Golovkin at 160, ladies and gentlemen? Who beats Golovkin at 160, ladies and gentlemen? Who beats him at 160? You tell me. Who beats him? No, nobody. And that's the difference. Who beats Golovkin at 160, bro? Anybody put any names there for me? Gerald McKellen was best at 168, you silly cunt. At super middleweight, at 168. You had to go all the way back to Gerald McKellen. But in the last fucking 20 years, they've never made a fighter like Golovkin. In the last 20 years, who you got? Who you got in the last 2 decades? Nobody is fucking with him. Look at that. Prime Gennady Golovkin would have knocked the cocaine out of Benavidez. Wow, Mirage is getting smoked. Prime Golovkin would have knocked out the cocaine out of Benavidez. Stop the cat. Jermaine Taylor or Gennady. Jermaine Taylor was 168. Jermaine Taylor was 168. Yeah. Only Canelo's firepower at 160 could keep GGG honest. That's a good one. Mirage is hurt because Gennady Golovkin is such a legend, and he is the godfather of Mirage's favorite fighter. Benavidez ain't got that respect like Golovkin, bro, because people are just like that. You understand? He ain't got the respect of Golovkin's, the way that Golovkin carried himself, the way that Golovkin has walked into the game, and that people believe that Golovkin has beaten Canelo. People believe that Golovkin has beaten Canelo, bro. So people got a lot of respect for Golovkin. You understand? People got a lot of respect for Golovkin, bro. Golovkin is about it. And Golovkin is that guy. Golovkin is that guy, bro. You understand? Golovkin is prime. Yeah, man. Golovkin in his prime, people are in trouble. Golovkin in his prime, bro, people are in trouble. Have you seen Golovkin's jab? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about something and I need your help. I want to create the 2024 Ultimate Boxer of all time against the boxer of today. Now, how I mean this is what I want to do. I am going to create my own computer animated character, which will be a fighter that we are going to choose as Rapstar Boxing Knowledge's all-time fighter against another fighter character that we're going to make, right? That's going to be a fighter with all attributes of all active fighters. So one character is going to be of all attributes that we're going to pick from each fighter that has the best jab, that has the best uppercut against all-time greats from the past to the ones which are active today. So stay right there, and I'm going to do this in a minute probably, and we might be able to put this together for 2024. I want to build the Rapstar Boxing Knowledge character for the best boxer all round. Now wait there.